Okay, thank you. I'm Tyng-Ruey Chuang. It's an honor to be here to share with you our project, which is still much in progress. My colleagues, Chia-Hsun and Wang, will share the presentation with me today. The third author is Hongyan Wu. He's a student at the National Yang-Ming Jiao-Tong University, and he cannot be here with us today. Hongyan worked with Eddie on the technical details, basically extract news article from archive files, and host the article for data explorations. We are from the Institute of Information Science, Academia Sinica in Taipei, Taiwan. This is the first time we are at a web archiving conference in person. But during the COVID pandemic, Eddie and myself present the online lightning talk about COVID-19 memory websites. That was the year 2022. So again, we are very happy to be here today to learn from you. So I will talk about the background of this project, and I would also like to mention, but only briefly, the history of the Apple daily newspaper in Taiwan and in Hong Kong. And Eddie will take over to get into the technical detail and about the choices we make in this project. At this point, I want to emphasize we work in a national research organizations, and we are not from the National Library or work in a museum, so our perspective can be different. This project is mostly about experimentations to see how we can make the most of the materials that had already been archived. So we do not actually crawl the web to archive newspaper websites. Actually, we depend on material that has been archived by others, which we are very thankful. The Apple Diary in Taiwan was established in year 2003 by a well-known Hong Kong businessman, Jimmy Lai, Li Ziyin. Before he ceased print publication in Taiwan in 2021, the newspaper has great influence over the newspaper publishing industry in Taiwan. His print format is glossy, so it's a large paper, but its content is more tabular-like. The materials are more colorful and sensational. He has a circulation about 700,000 at one time. For reference, Taiwan's population is about 23 million. The paper was considered political neutral. Of course, it has an online edition, which is our focus today. Because of the increased difficulty faced by its founder, Jimmy Lai, in Hong Kong, Apple Diary Taiwan shut down its operation in year 2022. The website became inaccessible in the next year. And the Apple Diary Taiwan actually did a little bit longer than his sister publication in Hong Kong. So Apple Diary Hong Kong shut down in June 2021 due to pressure from the authority in Hong Kong. As you can see from this capture web page from the Internet Archive, he said that he shut down operation before the midnight June 23, year 2021. And here I'm quoting from Wikipedia now. The final print issues of the paper was met with high demand and sold out, despite 1 million copies being printed. Hong Kongers formed long queues and wait for hours to buy the final edition of the papers. For reference, Hong Kong is a population about 7.5 million. After the shutdown, I also quote from Wikipedia now. The European Parliament passed motions condemning, quote, in a strongly termed, the recent forced closure of Apple Diary the continually freezing of its assets, and the arrest of its journalists. Before the closure of two newspapers, Tyng-Ruey has been arrested and prosecuted under Hong Kong's national security law. He remains imprisoned in Hong Kong. Why this matter? Our goal is to preserve and make available the archive webpage of Apple Daily Taiwan in a format that can be easily reused for research, meeting the fair data principle, which means that research data should be findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. There are several reasons why we think it's better to repurpose our archive newspaper website into collection of research data sets. Because this collection of news article can be well organized and annotated with useful metadata to help all kinds of research. Such collection can be used in computational linguistics study and the digital humanities just mentioned by the previous speaker. For example, as the news article capture the spirit of the age at the time of their publication. So I remember at one time, after Apple Daily Hong Kong shut down, there are discussion on some Wikipedia talk page about whether news article from Apple Daily Hong Kong can still be considered as reliable sources because they are not accessible anymore. But of course, some news articles from Apple Daily Hong Kong have been preserved at the Webpages machine. And I think that settled the issue, I think. Now I will hand over to Eddie to continue the presentations.
Hi, I'm Joshua Wang. You can call me Alice. For the next about 8 minutes, I will present how we organize those data and turn into reusable format. So at first, we are really thanks for archive team to organize, process those Apple Daily Taiwan website and also Hong Kong too. That gives us a really good start point to process those data. And they rebuild the content into work files. And basically, we use a Python code to clean and structure the data. In total, we process near 1,000 data and around each of 5 gigabytes. And the coverage from 2003 to 2022 is almost 20 years. And the work file, we review almost 900,000 articles. We start then by the original published date and use years, months, and date for the structure to keep everything structured. So how we organize those data and why we choose the linear format. Linear standard is developed and maintained by IIPC. They are international press telecommunication councils. They provide the technical foundation for news ecosystems. So around the world, the major news providers are a member or use ninjas. So what is linear format? This JSON format and define the key field in the news article. So such like headline, body, subject, and it helps us to ensure each article are structured and machine readable, and also easy to help us to extend new fields if we need to add later. So in short, they have 3 reasons we use that. The first, probably the most important one, because JSON is a common data format and well support and API friendly. And second, it helps us to more close to fair principles, allow us to capture rich metadata and to build an interoperable system so we can better reuse a news article. And the third one, the standard is co-developed and maintained by the key player in the news industry. So they make a deal for a long-term presentation and reuse. So the Ninja data model looks like this one. And each Ninja's object represents an item. It can be a news item, place item, event items. Those objects are originally into separate property. Because I don't have too much time, so I just skip this one. Just key point of such like URI, the identifier for the news object or metadata property, administrative property, such like vision provider, rights property, or additional property, such like headline, subject, or authors. So the linkage format quite simple and the practical structure models. So we can also easy to map into the other standard. So I hope it's so clear to take a look. Here's an example how we use that. The URI property, we point to the original Apple Daily URL. They already include the article specific ID. And the first create show the article was original published date. In this case, is March 22, 2014. And we also include the version create. It shows the work archive timestamp. And the content create, we use to show the data when we create these Ninja files. And the headline news title, subject as a topic, and the body property, the value was full of news text content, and by property, and so on. And alt ID, which we was include internal ID for the consistency. And the last one, from the conference reviewer, they want to include photo and videos. So we use the association field to take the photo. But unfortunately, the video part is still working on that. So, but we already use the Ninja version 3, upgrade from 2.1. So how do we explore the data? We want a way to explore data easier. So we use a tool called Dataset. It's an open source format and easy to install and designed to help people work with structured data more effectively. So it makes a news collection not just accessible, it also exposable. So you can use your local computers for your personal use, or you can use it as a web service for online user. So even you don't have a lot of technical skill, you can run the SQL query directly in your browsers and explore a resource, and simply to share a link, specific query. So here's an example we highlight here is sunflower movement in Taiwan. It's also reported by Apple Daily. It happened in Taiwan 2014, between March to April. The movement was the biggest protest in Taiwan. It was led by students who was against the trade deal from China. So the many young people and students and citizen groups joined the movement and becomes one of the most important movements in Taiwan. So we show here a few pages from our demo page covering the movements, and we customize some queries searching the articles, mention keys such like 服贸 is mean trade agreement, and 国民党 is mean the ruling party at the time, and the target under the policies. So you can easily to share a query link like this one, and export the resource as a CSV files for the future analysis. So of course, right now is easier for people, we solve for people user. They can just copy the URI to view the original news article through the Internet Archive websites. And it also helps to fill the gap for our project, make it a little easier for people to discover more Apple Daily projects, Apple Daily past news. So we are now working on the public accessible versions. It's not ready yet. We hope it will be published in the end of this year. So although the Apple Daily website is kind of often work, but we are to take care of so many times to discuss the legal issues. And in the end, we choose to follow the principle of Fair use, yes. And at this point, we just only to publish part of information on our websites, include article title, authors, publication date, and a few of news body about 200 words. And is already include original web URL, so user can copy the URL to Web Archive to search the whole page. And we hope this a good balance between the fair use and copyright problems. So we know it's not perfect. Honestly, we are moving very carefully, step by step, because we really not hope this research do not get us into legal or political problem. so right now, what have we learned, and what's the next? Preserving, organizing, and make data accessible. Not just only technical skill need to work, also have few of issue need to consider, especially Taiwan. And we also need to consider more the whole world's problems. And the most important one is you have to collect material first before it disappears forever. So really thanks archiving again. And we also realize the system platform always face the maintain security challenge funding problems. So keep your data flexible, open format, and so the important data can be archived anywhere and reused easily on any systems. So of course, the long-term presentation, long-term maintenance costs need to consider. And once your data set structures, the content can be a data set more easier to preserve, explore, and reuse. So what's next? Yes. What's next? We of course want our data more close, fair use, and also we want to publish more data in open access repository. And finally, we hope to encourage collaboration with library or digital archive to help preserve more reusable news. So we are Datasets Lab, and Tusen takk, thank you.